And good morning. Welcome to your morning and welcome to what's going to be, we're shooting for a pretty good week. My name is Jay Cleveland Payne and I'm ready to take a chance again, ready to put my love on the line for you. This is things you might not have heard for Monday, January 31st, 2022, the last day of the first month of this 2022. Welcome to, as we said, what should be hopefully a great week for you. We're looking for a getting to February with a bang. What we're going to do here for this little broadcast is give you some news updates, the best news we could find, or actually not quite the best news we can find. We aren't so much your best top number one news source. We're not supposed to be. We're your news side chick, if you will. We give you some of the things that ain't being talked about on the morning shows because, they're just a little too racy. Although we do pick up the big news here or there, we do want to make sure that you're getting the best conversations in news, not just the most important conversations. So no Kiev today, no Russia, 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 a little bit of Trump because Trump's always interesting. But we try to give you some things that you say in those conversations. And we'll tell you about how that happens a little bit later in this broadcast. But these are 5 of the stories from the past weekend. So going from Friday morning to really, really early this morning, 5 stories that you said were pretty good. So we're letting you know what stories they are because you said that. Like I said, we'll tell you more about that. But I want to remind you, if you want to keep things going along here, we are funded on caffeine. We love the caffeine. And we would ask you just to consider going by the website buymeacoffee.com/Jay Cleveland Payne and keep us caffeinated. Today we're sipping some simple black tea. I'm too fancy with my tea, so it's store bought. My wife, wants all sorts of weird stuff in it, and I just want black tea. So today we're sipping tea as we get through this morning, and you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Jay Cleveland Payne and help support the efforts of what we're doing here and of all the podcasts and video casts and things we produce for More Better Media. Oh, by the way, we used to do 8 stories in the morning. Now I do only 5. That means more time for ads. You've been warned. So let's get to the first story for this morning. Number 1 is this one, and it is Nebraska makes changes to mascot Herbie Husker due to white supremacy. That is the headline. on3.com. So that's on Nebraska news website. And this is a pretty simple story, but it's an interesting one that you've probably missed because there were other things going on in major football games and things like that. So Nebraska, the mascot, the big grin Cornhusker guy with the hat that looks like an All-American linebacker from Nebraska. There you go. Is getting a slight change to his mascot-ishness. It's not even a word. So what are we doing to Herbie Husker? Herbie Husker used to do an okay. One of his hands, it was a symbol that's the okay sign, so that, it's okay. But the problem with the okay sign, weirdly enough, is that it's been co-opted by white supremacists. So white supremacists are throwing up the okay sign, not to make you look, which is how most, juvenile adolescents deal with it, but because it's a sign to show that you're part of the team that is down with the white supremacy stuff. So because of that, he's going different. He's going with the number 1. As in we're number 1. And it's going to be just a minute of time till they figure out some way to corrupt that. But Herbie Husker is basically cleansing himself of the possibility of being called a white supremacist mascot by going from the okay to the number 1. We're all number 1. Now, this next story is a very sad story, so we want to make sure you are prepared for this one. Over the weekend, we got the news of former Miss USA Cheslie Kryst dying by suicide after she jumped off her high-rise in New York City. This story, at least our posting of it, came from the NewYorkPost.com. This is one that picked up a lot of steam, a lot of places. This is one that is only a sad, tragic issue. What sparked the actual incident, we don't know, but the only clue that we got of anything going down was a Instagram post moments before it happened that basically said, "I wish you a great day." Just a general picture of the beauty queen. Just could have been any random picture from any random photo shoot. And then, of course, news came out essentially within moments of that posting, not necessarily connected, that what had happened. So lots of love and support pouring out on that post, which is kind of late now, but a lot of people think about this. She, of course, was also a correspondent for television. Billy Extra, I believe, and Billy Bush, her one of her co-hosts, gave his condolences to the family and the extended family of the show and the family that she had is there. So when we produce these types of stories, we always want to remind folks that who feel like they're in distress that there is always hope. There's always a resource. If you don't have a local resource, you can't find a friend, reach out to the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Lifeline. It is open 24 hours a day. They are there for confidential support. They speak to you in English and Spanish. Phone number is 800-273-8255, 800-273-8255, 800-273-TALK. And also you can reach out to the Suicide Prevention Lifeline.org, the website, for more resources. There is a resource. There is a thing. There is help. If you feel like you're in the stress and don't know where to go, reach out to a resource like this. Reach out to a local resource. Many states have a national state lifeline. Many cities have lifelines. And reach out to friends, enemies, perfect strangers till somebody listens to you. This is a life that was gone too soon, unnecessarily. And a great person, a great personality and vision who there's plenty of dreams and hopes that were left to come out of this woman dying at the age of 30, I believe. So if you're not feeling well, give me a call and we'll talk. Trust me, I've been there. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's hard to do a transition from the story, so we're going to go ahead and go straight into one of our advertisements, and we're not going to do anything silly or promote anything that's even remotely to have a joke. I'm just asking you to check out thisistheconversationproject.com/bear mattress if you're looking for get a better night's sleep. If sleep is an issue, we can help. They can help. They can help. They help us by getting a little bit of kickback from this because it is an affiliate link. Now, they'll send you a mattress in a box. Lots of people send you mattresses in the box. They'll send you just as good a mattress as anybody else. You can compare the prices. You compare the service. They're going to give you 365 days to fall in love with this mattress because you can return it after 365 days. But you won't because you will have fallen in love with said mattress. They also have sheets and pillows and all the other things go along with a great night's sleep or a great afternoon's nap whenever you want to sleep. It's not about me. It's about you. If you want better sleep, check out the Bear mattress. See what they have, the various different mattresses to go along with it. Not just a basic mattress, just various mattresses that fit your sleep style, and they'll take good care of you. The website, this is conversationproject.com/bear mattress. Check them out. As we said, this is an affiliate link, so we get a little bit back from what you spend at Bear Mattress, but it costs you nothing extra. Check them out today. Now, back to being light and lively and making fun of people. Tom Brady is reportedly pissed. His retirement was leaked by media before he could announce it. We pulled this from totalsports.com, the blog. So here's how the story went down for Tom Brady's retirement, at least on my end. I was working on another project and I got a phone alert. Or actually, I was working on another project and I checked a news source. And there's a news source from ESPN that said Adam Schefter reports that Tom Brady is set to retire. And then about 10, 15 minutes later, I get the news alert on my phone saying sources say Tom Brady to retire. And so I waited about another 20, 30 minutes. I waited another cycle of stories to pop up there until more news sources went with it. And they all went with the source, with the tag that Adam Schefter said. So we're going to say it too. I posted as well. About 2 hours later, we get this popping up in my news feed, in my on my announcements. Tom Brady's not so happy because Tom Brady didn't actually tell the Buccaneers he was retiring. Tom Brady may have had some talks about retiring. Tom Brady may have thought it up. Tom Brady may be doing everything he's doing up, signing paperwork, packing things up, putting away his pads. But he hadn't actually told the team that he plays for he's retiring. So he's not happy about that. Adam Schefter has jumped the gun, or one of his peeps of Tom Brady jumped the gun and let it go. And so the real story is not the fact that Tom Brady is or is not retired. We don't really know. The real story is that Tom Brady's not happy with anybody. And Adam Schefter, who probably won't get fired for this, will probably pay no consequence, to be honest, because he's Adam Schefter, I guess. Next story. Nick Cannon has baby shower with Bree Tiercy, and it's a boy. Sorry for butchering the name. TMZ's the source of this one, and this one's a pretty simple story. Nick Cannon's at a baby shower, or at a gender reveal party or baby showers, whatever, same basic thing, I guess, with this model, this fine young lady named Bree, who happened to also date Johnny Manziel at some point in time. So it's Johnny Manziel's ex and Nick Cannon, and a baby, and another baby. This is another baby Nick Cannon's having with another woman. I can't say who's not his wife because that really doesn't matter at this point, but it's just another not so random woman, because it's not random, but it's another baby Nick Cannon has come on the way. We're not going to say the commentary that I really want to get into, Mr. Cannon, but this is going to be something that a lot of tea's going to be spilled on for a lot of time. With that, let's take a sip. Why not? So Nick Cannon, not happy with just fielding a basketball team, now attempting to field both sides of a football team, both the offense and the defense, with just his children, just his offspring. I don't know. I don't get it. It's a Nick Cannon thing. I just can't get behind it. What I can't get behind are great glasses, which Nick Cannon actually does wear. And a great place for you to get great glasses is at Zinni Optical. If you stop by thisisaconversationproject.com/Zinni, you can get a chance to get great glasses from Zinni Optical, because they are, one, beautiful glasses, two, have all the great technologies such as blue blocking lenses and transitions types of lenses and bifocals, trifocals, sunglasses, sports glasses, all those things. And they're at probably a better price than that other place you're going to. That boutique that you go to downtown, yeah, they're great, but you can get great service from these folks at a greater price. Those very expensive places that do the commercial that show you how they make the glasses, nobody cares. You're not paying to Swatch and make glasses. You're paying for great glasses. Cut out the middleman at the great expenses they have in their resources. They're paying me a commission, so trust me, it's not about that. Get great pairs of glasses for a very affordable price, and just go on about life. No one cares that you got them from the extra special fancy place. Stop by theconversationproject.com/Zinni and get taken care of today. It's affiliate link, so we get taken care of when you take care of yourself, and they take care of you. A lot of being taken care of in those statements. I know, it's early. Final story today, Spotify announces addition to content warnings in response to Joe Rogan's COVID-19 misinformation criticism. This one gets an update that I haven't pulled from a story yet, but from I've seen late in the evening, and some friends have posted some stuff on this. So this one's going to take a little getting into. So apologies for already hitting the 13-minute mark. I'm going to do this as quickly as possible. So over the weekend, various people have started pulling their content off of Spotify. It would start off with Neil Young. It went then to Joni Mitchell. Some Hall of Fame musicians are pulling music off Spotify. And oddly enough, Brene Brown and some pretty popular podcasters are pulling their content off of Spotify because of Joe Rogan and misinformation. Joe Rogan has responded. We're jumping the gun a bit here. Joe Rogan has responded with a 10-minute video, basically in a very calm and very just sort of matter of fact manner, speaking about what's going on. He highlighted two specific podcasts that people are jumping on, and the people that were on there, and why they were experts in the field, yet they were saying very contrary things to what's going on in the science that is more or less popular, if you will. The stuff that the government is saying and the CDC is saying, they're saying things that are kind of that are not in line with that, and in some cases people are calling it bonkers. Your mileage may vary. So he has taken a pledge to be more balanced with his stuff and not just look for, because he's basically saying, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm looking for the ideas that people aren't hearing. I'm looking for all those things that people are missing because the mainstream media is trying to stay on this narrative. There's a reason why the mainstream media is staying on this narrative. They don't want all this crazy information out there in the first place. So he's saying to be more balanced in his reporting. That's basically how he put it going forward. Meanwhile, Spotify is essentially putting up tag on anything that has a COVID-19 reference to it. Just like YouTube, as you see when people have COVID-19 or talk COVID-19, there's a little sticker at the bottom that you click on for information, and they often demonetize those videos because of the mass amount of people that jump on those. Same thing will happen for Spotify content. Now, will it make a difference? Who knows? People listen to Joe Rogan not because he's talking to COVID deniers. He's listening to Joe Rogan because he's a crazy SOB just doing odd stuff. So he's going to keep doing crazy SOB odd stuff anyway. And Spotify paid him $100 million. So it's a balance. Spotify wants as much money as they can. They get a lot of money, eyeballs, listeners, subscribers from him being Rogan, but having that massive catalog to keep people around helps as well. There was the most ironic part of this was on Twitter. There was a person who posted a tweet saying, my dad joined Spotify specifically because he wanted to hear Joni Mitchell and Neil Young. And now he's going to go nuts. And then like 20 minutes later, she posted a reply he put on Facebook. It's like, right on cue. Who's Joe Rogan? Her father was like, who's Joe Rogan? Because I don't know who he is, but my music is now off of Spotify. Words matter. Words matter. Your demeanor matter. All these things actually matter. But as long as you're trying to be a better human, which Joe apparently is trying to show he's doing with his slight mea culpa, and we'll see how that goes out. We want to tease a story that was popping up that maybe you want to talk about later. This one is a bit of a head scratcher on many levels. And so we're going to just kind of, it's probably going to post basically right about now as I'm speaking. So if you look into your feed in the next 10, 15 minutes, you may see the story popping up. But this is a deal where Lindsey Graham went on the Sunday shows yesterday and sort of went off on Donald Trump as he gave a rally of the weekend and basically floated ideas of pardoning everybody who got arrested for January 6th. And of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the puppet and attack dog for Donald Trump, attacked Lindsey Graham for saying something that, made sense because something that Trump said didn't make sense. And we're in this big old circle of just words and yelling and screaming. This is one that may interest you. If it does, you can simply look for it in your feed and interact with it. And how do interactions act, do you say? Well, I'm glad you asked that question because I have an answer for that particular question. It's all a part of how you can connect with us at the More Better Media Project, or specifically theconversationproject.com. Going to that website, theconversationproject.com, and get details on what's going on with the Conversation Project. And this is essentially a way that I like to use so I can have access to smart people. I can be like Joe Rogan and talk to Jordan Peterson and talk crazy nonsense online, or not. Hopefully not. But this is a website. This is a podcast. It's now a video feed, a video podcast that allows us to talk about stories, conversational stories, news stories that are worth talking about that don't get lost in the shuffle of other things. To my left, I have a pause of CNN this morning, and they're talking about grocery prices and inflation and supply chain, which is important, and we talk about that as well. But no one's talking about Nick Cannon having another baby. That may not be the most important thing out there, but trust me, it's pretty damn conversational. You can also go to buymeacoffee.com/JClevelandPayne, as we said, and you can help support the efforts by buying me a coffee. It's just basically give me a donation in the form of basically a cup of coffee, and you can call it coffee, call it tea, call it ribs. Call it ribs. Ribs are pretty awesome. And then with that, we use that to keep things funded, and yes, to actually buy beverages to work on the throat, and to be a part of the show, as in do all the hard heavy lifting. Follow us on Facebook or Twitter, facebook.com/thisisaconversation, and Twitter, th_conversation. That's our handle there. You see it up also in the @ symbol on the screen. When you follow us there, you can see that we post a news story about every 50 minutes throughout the day, 24/7. We try to post a news story unless we get behind or something happens. But every 50 minutes, you see a new news story. As you check your feed for other things, see what's in there, and like, love, hate, share, engage with the stories that you see with us online. And the higher the score they get, in engagement. We take the Twitter and Facebook stories and put them in a spreadsheet that weighs them out and gives them a true score based on both of the responses. And then we rank them, rack them, stack them, and we take the first 15 top 15 stories of the batch. Now, over the weekend, we get about 90 stories or so. Over the course of a day, a regular day, it's about 33 stories because it goes from about about 26 30 hours based on how things get pulled into the algorithm. Over the weekend, it's 3-ish days, 3 days plus a little change. So it's only about 90 stories, but we go to the top of those for a very, very big sampling. So we love that. Monday through or Tuesday through Friday, it's about half of the field. On Monday, the chunk is only about 1/6 of the field. So these are definitely the top of the top, cream of the crop stories after a long batch of stories. And thank you so much for going into it with us, because we love y'all. We can't do this without you. There are a few other people that help get these things done, but the more coffees you buy, the more people we can do this. We get better lights. I can actually wear a shirt. Who knows? So with that, we're going to bid you adieu. Thank you so much for joining us for the show today. This has been Things You Might Not Have Heard for Monday, January the 31st, 2022. The experiment continues. I want to thank my man Big O for pushing me to do something different, and we're doing it different, and we're doing it live. Damn it. That's how we're going to do this. Thank you so much for being here with us. If all works well tonight and tomorrow, a good night's sleep and a good wake up, we shall see about another edition. Kicking off our Friday, our February, the month of love, with the love of news with you guys here on Things You Might Not Have Heard from the Conversation Project.